How's it going? Let's talk about how to get book reviews, 3 ways that work. I'm going to share a couple that are if you already have an audience, and I'm going to share one where you don't have an audience, so don't worry about it even if you don't have an audience. Hey, how's it going? Andy here, non-fiction award-winning author. Let's crack on. So Mark Dawson, he's a very well-known fiction author. He's also in non-fiction. He does the self-publishing formula, I think. Anyway, so he's got 37,000 followers on Facebook alone. He's got many more elsewhere. So I just want to show you, for example, if you were on Facebook, if this is your social media of choice, all you have to do is really basic. If you have 5 minutes, for example, I'm not suggesting you use this exactly, make sure you make it your own. Make sure your voice comes through, of course. But if you have 5 minutes and have read a Milton or Rose book, you'd make this writer very happy if you could write a short Amazon review. So simple as that, just a short request. And you can do this every so often. Obviously, don't spam your own page with everything, but make sure it's worthwhile, cater to your audience and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, number 1 is social media. This is where you already have a following. Number 2, I just wanted to share Julie Broad, who is the leader at book launches, and she's got a recent book launch, and I just want to show you in her email sequence when you sign up to it, if you were part of the book launch. But don't worry about that. If you're not launching a book, you can still use this. But in her book launch, she actually says a small request. Reviews are important. ... So please help me find more authors like you. Post a short review of this book, Self-Promote and Succeed, which I recently ordered my copy. I can't wait to get into that. Anyway, so this is an easy way to just plug into your email sequence. I like to do mine in the PS section, so I tend to put a PS and go, if you wouldn't mind, or if you don't mind taking the trouble for like a minute or two, it'd make me really happy. You can write an honest review. So that's my kind of wording. You can see in another email, she actually has the same wording here. Essentially, you can just automate the email sequence. So it doesn't have to be a book launch. You can automate it even during your welcome sequence, for example. Obviously, don't bash people over the head and say, buy my book and write a review and all that kind of good stuff. But what you want to do is just gently plug it in and say, if you've read anything, it'd really make my day if you wouldn't mind writing an honest review, and you can say Amazon or your platform of choice. So those are 2 methods that work for people who already have an audience. And if you don't have an audience like me, I'm working to build my audience. So really, we should all be trying to do some of this stuff. Now, the third one is using ARC services. And a quick word before that, make sure you do some kind of due diligence. I've got a playlist, which I'm going to link in the card later on and in the description below. But these are the services that I've used. I've actually got a short video that I posted last week about my due diligence on ARC services. So that's my process, and one of them is to make sure you run it past something like Alliance of Independent Authors, the self-publishing services rated. It literally doesn't take you half a minute. So they've got a key or legend, excellent, recommended, mixed, caution, or watchdog advisory. So I tend to stick with these 3. Mixed, I would be cautious, but I'd have a look at it myself and make a judgment. Excellent and recommended, I would be personally okay with. So for example, I've used Book Sirens before, and they're okay. No one's going to guarantee you reviews, and if they do, they should be you should be very cautious, because you can't guarantee reviews. Puppy, which is very popular, they are still on the assessment, so it's not been vetted fully yet. So I kind of kept away from that. But you can do stuff like NetGalley as well and all the other stuff, So just run it past this. Like, it literally takes you 10 seconds, if that. Anyway, those are some ways that you can use right away. Whether you have an audience or you don't have an audience, you can use these 3 methods: social media, email list, and straight away ARC services. But make sure you vet some of these, do some due diligence, okay? So I've got the playlist, I've given you some examples. Go forth, get reviews for your books in a legitimate way. Please do not use any black hat tactics, because if you get yourself banned, that's fully on you. In fact, everything's fully on you. You gotta own this stuff. So until next time, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Have a great day, everyone.